Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is October 19th, 2019. I'm creating a new series of videos for linear algebra and threading building blocks. Linear algebra is one of the fundamental building blocks for the mathematical modeling. I am not interested in linear algebra per se, but I am rather interested in computer simulations. Linear algebra is one of the indispensable tools for computer simulations and artificial intelligence. The implementation of the algorithms in linear algebra is rather simple, but most of these algorithms are processor-intensive operations. So we will use Intel threading building blocks to optimize them. In this episode, we will install all the necessary tools for our development. We will install Microsoft Visual Studio Community Edition 2019 or later. Then we will install Visual Studio Code for our editor. We will install MSys2. MSys2 is Linux-like system on Windows. We will install GNU-G++ over MSys2. We will install Clang++ over MSys2. Optionally, we can install LLVM Clang++ pre-built for Windows, but I will skip this part. We will download and install threading building block, and we will also download the C++ library extensions. Before we install these tools, I would like to recommend you some reference books. For linear algebra, please double-click this link. You can purchase linear algebra from this link. This is 6th edition, but this is 5th edition. In my case, I have 5th edition, but I will purchase 6th edition too. Then for calculus, I highly recommend you this book, Thomas's Calculus. This book teaches fundamentals about calculus, single variable and multivariable, also some fundamental theorems about vector calculus. So using this book, we will learn about what is Green theorem, what is divergence theorem, what is Lagrange multiplier, and how to find the maximum and minimum values, things like that. This is one of the best books about fundamental calculus. This is 14th edition. But I have a 10th edition. This is the same book, but this is previous edition. This book is much cheaper. I also recommend Advanced Engineering by Erwin O. Krajcik. This book is also a very good book for engineering mathematics. In my case, I like this book more. Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Peter V. O'Neill. This book is also a very good book. Actually, this is my favorite book about advanced engineering mathematics. Almost 30 years ago, I used this book to teach myself advanced engineering. This book is very good. Also, Shom's Outline of Advanced Calculus. This book is also very good. There are lots of cool books, and I like this book also very much. Shom's Outline of Fourier Series with Application to Boundary Value Problems. I highly recommend you to purchase this book. Also, Vector Analysis. This book is also very good. And this book, Mechanical Vibration. This book is also very good. Also, for finite element analysis, this book is also wonderful. For partial differential equation, this book gives lots of examples, so this book is also very good. For threading building blocks, I would recommend you to read this book. I purchased this book, but I haven't read it yet. This book is a little bit old, but it contains lots of useful information too. So I highly recommend you also read this book. And about concurrency in action, this is 2nd edition of C++ Concurrency in Action. This book gives us some fundamental ideas about threading in C++. This book is very low level, but understanding low level threading is also very important. Even though I highly discourage implementing your algorithm using low thread, but understanding threading is important. We'll be using task-oriented programming technique using threading building block, but still we have to understand what is thread and how to use them. After installing these tools, we have to make system environment variable settings. It might look a little bit complex, but I will explain all these details in this episode. Disclaimer. First off, I am not a professional software programmer. I make living by doing translation. Secondly, I do not have Ph.D. nor master's degree. I graduated from college in 1995, so I am rusty about advanced mathematics. I haven't used mathematics over 25 or more years. That is, I can make lots of mistakes in my videos, and some of contents can be incorrect or even wrong. But I think I can teach you some techniques that you cannot learn from other sources. I will post this script in the description section below. When you watch this video and follow this session, you can use these links in the description section. All these tools we install in this session are free softwares for non-commercial purpose. Some software you can use for commercial purpose as well. So please read the license agreement of each software. Do not violate license agreement. And I pay my best gratitude to those developers who are providing these wonderful software tools free of charge. You can use the source code and or libraries that I provide you, that I created or will create free of charge without limitation of any kind. But I do not guarantee anything implied or expressed. I shall not take any liability arising out of the use of my source code. I shall not take any liability arising out of the use of my source code. Without further ado, let's get started. Double-click this link, click Community Edition, then Visual Studio installer will be downloaded. Show in folder, double-click, continue, select Desktop Development with C++. I will click MFC, C++ CLI. I will not click this one. I will select these two tools for compatibility with previous version of Visual Studio. .NET Desktop Development. I will select Preemptive Protection .Obfuscator. I will select .NET 4.6.1, 4.6.2. If you have enough space on your hard drive, then you can also install Windows Communication Foundation, SQL Server Express, LocalDB. Also select Universal Windows Platform Development if you have enough hard drive space. For example, this is for previous version of Windows or Visual Studio. I will not install this SDK. So it requires 30 gigabytes. If you do not have enough free space, then you can unselect these tools. But if you have enough space, I recommend install these tools too. So it requires 92.7 gigabytes. Click install. So I am downloading 10 megabytes per second. It will take some time depending on your internet connection. I pay about $20 for my internet connection. If your internet connection is slow, then please be patient. So I am downloading 11 megabytes per second. It's not megabyte, probably megabits. While downloading Visual Studio Community Edition, I will show you my internet connection. Say I'm living here. This is South Korea. This is mountainous area in South Korea. I'm here. Say my internet service provider provides this service for 10 gigabyte service. If I pay about 88 US dollar per month, then they can provide me 10 gigabyte BPS service. This is the low risk service. I use this service. I pay about 20 US dollar. Maximum download and upload speed is 100 megabps. This is the lowest service my internet service provider is providing. Lowest service in the most mountainous area in South Korea. This is my download speed. So if you want to be IT expert, you have to move to South Korea. So it is 11 minutes. So download is complete. To download 6.5 gigabytes, it took less than 11 minutes. Actually, it took about 13 minutes to download and install Visual Studio, almost 30 gigabytes. Registration is free, so I will sign in. Continue without code. So I just installed Visual Studio. Go to Tool, Option. I like dark theme. Now we successfully installed Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition. This is the version 16.3.5. Now close all. Click Start button once again. Scroll down. You can find Visual Studio 2019 New. Right click. More. Pin to Taskbar. Then the icon will be created at the taskbar. Click this button. Continue without code. If you want to add or remove components for Visual Studio, go to Tool, Get Tools and Features. This Visual Studio installer will be displayed again. If you want to remove Universal Windows Platform development, then you can unselect. Then 1.34 gigabytes will be removed. If you want to add mobile development with .NET this component, then you can click Modify. This way you can add or remove component for your Visual Studio. I will cancel it. Now I will close it. Now we will install Visual Studio Code. Please double click this link. Now here, click Free Download. Click Windows x64 User Installer. Then the setup file will be downloaded. Show in folder. Double click it. I accept the agreement. Click Next. Click Next. Click Next. Create desktop icon. Click Next. Install. Finish. Now Visual Studio Code is installed. I will close it. Click this button. Click this button. C++. Click C++ IntelliSense from Microsoft. Install. Now close it. Close it. Click Start button once again. Right click Visual Studio. More. Pin to Taskbar. So this is Visual Studio Code. I will drag and move it to here. Please note that icon for Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio 2019, they look very similar. Don't get confused. Now close all. Now we will install MSys2 on Windows. Double click this link because most people of these days use 64-bit. Please double click it to download. When download is complete, click this button, show in folder, then double click it. Click Next, Browse, C drive root, New folder, DEV, soft. Please note that I'm creating a folder in C drive root. Please do not make blank space like this. Please do not make blank space in the installation folder first. Like this, hit enter, double click it, click this button once again, M64, hit enter, then select this folder, select folder. Now click next, click next. Depending on your internet connection, it will take some time, so please be patient. With this checkbox selected, click Finish. From this command prompt, pacman SYU, hit Enter. Hit Enter. If you see this warning message, terminate MSys2 without returning to shell and check for updates again. Warning. For example, close your terminal window instead of calling exit. If you see this message, close this button, then click OK. Double click System, DEV Soft, MSys2, copy, create shortcut. Then shortcut will be made. Drag and drop on your desktop. Double click it. Pacman SU. Hit enter. Hit enter. For more information about Pacman, please refer to this document. So Pacman SYU update the package list and upgrade all packages afterwards. Pacman SU upgrade all packages that are out of date. Each currently installed package will be examined and upgraded if a newer package exists. If your internet speed is slow, you have to be patient. Please wait. If you see the prompt again, please copy this text, copy, and paste here, then hit enter, then hit enter, then hit enter. We are installing GNU G++ compiler. Now GNU G++ is installed, G++ version. So GNU G++ 9.2 is installed. Now we are installing LLVM Clang++. Copy this text and right click, paste, hit enter, hit enter, hit enter. We are now installing LLVM Clang++ compiler. Now Clang compiler is installed. Clang++ version, hit enter. So we installed Clang version 9.0. If you want to install LLVM Clang++ pre-built for Windows, you can double click this link. From this link, you can download Windows 64-bit. By double clicking this link, you can download and install. About this installation, I filmed in this video. Clang++ version 8.0 or 8.1 over MSys2 on Windows did not support SSD variant properly. So we needed to install pre-built Clang++. But Clang++ version 9.0 over MSys2 now support SSD variant properly. That is, we don't need LLVM pre-built for Windows. Now we have to install threading building block for GNU G++ and Clang like this. Pacman SS TBB. Hit enter. Then there is two package. We will install this version. Copy, right click, copy, pacman s, paste, copy, paste. 7. Install threading building blocks for GNU, G++, Clang++. Now hit enter. Hit enter. Now we installed threading building block for GNU, G++, and Clang. I will modify it to 8, 9. Now we need to install threading building block for Microsoft compiler. Please double click this link. Click release page. From this threading building block 2019 update 9, click this link. Click show in folder. Unzip it. Right click, copy, C drive, DEV soft, paste it. Now start your web browser, extension talkplayfun.com, hit enter. From this website, click this link to download CPP Extension.zip. Show in folder, unzip it, then copy this folder. Right click, copy, in D drive, DEV soft, tutorial, CPP Extension root. Double click this folder, paste. Double click, copy this folder path, copy, right click start button, search, environment, edit system environment variable, new, paste the folder path, CPP extension, dir, click OK. We need to set another folder, C drive, DEV soft, click this button, click once again, copy the folder path, new, paste the folder path, TBB, root, dir, click OK. So we created the CPP extension dir and TBB root, two environment variables in the system variable sections. Now click new, C plus include path, %CPP extension dir %. Click OK. Click new, include %TBB include dir %, CPP extension dir %. Click OK. Sorry, in system environment variable sections, click new, TBB include dir. In this folder, double click include, copy, paste. Click OK. Please note that we haven't included trailing backward slash. Now in system variable sections, click new, TBB, lib, 86, dir, %, TBB, root, dir percent backward slash. We need to set this is lib this folder. So I will copy, paste it here up to this point. Percent TBB root dir percent. Copy, click OK. New, paste, TBB, lib, x64, dir. Now it should be this folder. So copy this part. Like this. Click OK. New, TBB, DLR, x86, dir. Now bin, AI32, copy this path, paste it here, delete up to this point, percent TBB root dir percent. Copy, click OK. New, paste, TBB, DLR, x64 underscore dir. Here, bin, this folder, copy. We need up to this point. Then fix like this. Click OK. So we created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 environment variables. Select System C, DEV Soft, MSys64, copy, click New, paste, MSys2, dir, click OK. We created one more system variable. Click Path, Edit, New, percent, MSys2, dir, percent, slash, usr, bin, hit enter. So we are setting this path. Okay? We are setting this path here. Click New, MSys2, dir, percent, bin, hit enter. We are setting MSys2, Minjit W, bin. We have to set this path. Copy, edit, paste like this. We have to fix like this. Let's double check. MSys user bin this path. It should be this path, and it should be MinGW64 bin this path. Now click OK. Click OK. Please note that we have to reboot our system. Click OK. If you are unsure, please read this message about system environment variable. This is msys2 root system environment variable. Then I defined two system environment variable like this. Here I defined TBB root dir here, and TBB include dir. You have to read this part carefully. We have to reboot our system. After rebooting, this video will continue. I just rebooted my system. Right click, search, environment, edit the system environment variable, environment variables. Now, our environment variables should be properly resolved like this. Also include these variables should be resolved properly like this. Also, this C++ include path. In our script, I made a mistake here. This should go into user variable part. Like this. When you make settings for system environment variable, system variables, so in system variable section, 1, 2, 3, 4. I defined 4 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in user environment variable, this is a path, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click OK. Click OK. For C++ include path and include, please refer to this document. Environment variables affecting GCC. Double click this link. This is for environment variable affecting GCC. You can find CPP include path. This environment variable is for GNU-G++ additional header file path. Also, Microsoft compiler CL environment variables. In this document, this environment variable is for Microsoft CL compilers include path. You should understand why I defined these environment variables. Now we create two command prompts. I will close this document. Right click, search, Visual Studio, open file location. From Start menu program, scroll up, Visual Studio tool, copy, paste, rename, G++, Clang++. We changed like this and paste once again. Right click, rename, x64 like this. Right click, properties, change icon. I will select this icon, click OK, click apply. Then the icon will be changed like this. I will also change font and console. Click apply. In the D drive, DEB soft tutorial threading building blocks, copy the folder path, copy, shortcut, Ctrl A, Ctrl V, apply, click OK. Now double click it. It should open like this. G++ version. Then you should have this message. Clang++ version. You should have this message. I will drag and drop and pin to taskbar here. This is for G++ Clang compiler. Now right click, properties, paste the same folder, click apply, change icon, browse, C drive, program files, scroll down, Microsoft Visual Studio 2019 Community, Common, IDE, scroll down, DEV, ENV, click open. Then scroll down, select this button, click OK, click apply. Then the icon will change like this. Font 20, console, apply, color, screen background, red is 0, blue is a little bit like this, 100. Click apply, OK. Then it should start like this. Start your text editor, right click, properties, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, copy, paste it here, then echo, off, call, like this. Call, start File Explorer, C drive, DEV soft, this folder, and this folder, bin, copy the path, and right click, rename, copy the file name, then paste, then quote. Now open this file, right click, edit. We need Intel 64 and one more, VS 2019. Paste. Now we save this file, save, in the desktop, quote, VS 2019, TBB, CMD, quote. Now save. Encoding should be encoded in ANSI. Now this file is created. Open File Explorer, Windows, copy, right click, paste, continue. Now right click, properties, here, delete the remaining VS 2019 TBB CMD, click apply, click OK. Double click this one, CL. It should work successfully like this. dir. So this is the file we created in our previous episode. If you do not have a 00 motivation or you haven't watched my previous video, I will close this file. In the script, please double click this link from this video. Show more. Double click this link to download sample code from our previous video. Show in folder. If you unzip it, Then you can find 00 motivation. In this folder, you can find task.cpp. You have to watch my previous video, and you should have this sample code. You have to copy and paste to your working folder. cd 00 motivation, hit enter. In this folder, you should have task.cpp. There, exe, there, obj, dir. We are building this file using Microsoft compiler, cl, ehsc, sdd, C++17, task.cpp, fe, a.exe, hit enter. Then you should build a.exe successfully like this. If you haven't watched my previous video, please watch this video. I will put the link in the description section below in this script. Also start this command prompt, dir cd00 motivation, dir del exe del obj dir g++ sdd C++17 task.cpp l TBB, hit enter. dir. Then we built a.exe. a.exe. It should run successfully. Now using clang compiler, sdd C++17 task.cpp ltbb, hit enter. dir a.exe. We should be able to build this sample file using Microsoft compiler and GNU G++ and Clang++ compiler. Through this series of videos, linear algebra and threading building blocks, I will explain mathematical theory behind and C++ implementation of linear algebra, such as matrix and inverse matrix, determinant, things like that. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.